Hello students, in the last session we have started with the new chapter, that is moving charges and magnetism. In that we have studied about the Oersted experiment on the basis of moving charges, that is known to be an electric field is associated with them magnetic field. Along with that we have studied by the basic definition is called as a magnetic field. In this session I will start with the concept that is known to be magnetic force on a moving charge and Lorentz force. It's a very important 3-mark question or a 2-mark question or a 1-mark question. Very important question for the board exam. What is the heading? Magnetic force on a moving charge and Lorentz force. Just listen here. Suppose if you have taken the positive charge, that will be plus q, and that charge is moving with the velocity is known as a v vector. And that charge is moving with the velocity is known as v vector. In a uniform magnetic field is known to be a b vector, such that the charge it experiences a force. The very important thing, the moving charge that can exert the magnetic force. Is it clear? Moving charge ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ magnetic force ಅನ್ನು exert ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Therefore, the charge plus q is moving with the velocity is known as a v vector. In an uniform magnetic field region is a b vector, such that it makes an angle. That angle is expressed by theta. Therefore, it experiences a force. That force is by f vector. What about that force is called as an f vector. That is written by also fm, which means that magnetic force. What about that term is known as an magnetic force. Is it clear? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ if you are taken the charge at rest, ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ರೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್, ದಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಸ್ಟಾಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಅನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಅನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as a v vector, such that it experiences a magnetic force, and that is written by fm vector is according to the right hand rule. Is it clear? ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ is according to the right hand rule. Therefore, based on this we are written by the term is known as f vector is equal to, that term is there in the diagram. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಏನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೆದಂಥ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. therefore f vector that is nothing but fm vector, magnetic force f vector is equal to q times of v vector cross b vector. We are taken by the cross product since force is in a vector. Therefore fm vector is equal to q into v vector cross b vector. The very important thing, charge is a scalar, it is not a vector. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ what about q is known to be an charge. Charge is a scalar quantity, it is not a vector. Therefore fm vector is equal to q times of v vector cross b vector. Now the magnitude of the force on the charge q is moving with the velocity v in a uniform magnetic field b vector. ಇದೇ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ f vector is equal to magnitude symbol q times of v vector cross b vector. Therefore f is equal to, in terms of magnitude, f is equal to qvb. Cross product is replaced by the term is called as an sin theta. Very important thing, where theta is the angle between velocity component and magnetic field component according to the diagram. ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಥೀಟಾ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವ ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ನಡುವೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? therefore what is the magnitude of the force? f is equal to qvb sin theta. 2-mark question. Write the expression for magnetic force on a moving charge. What is the expression? Hence explain the terms. What is the expression? f is equal to qvb sin theta, where f is equal to magnetic force. F is equal to magnetic force. Q is known to be a charge. V is the velocity. B is the magnetic field, where theta is the angle between velocity and magnetic field. Is it clear? Then when the magnetic force is maximum, ನೋಡಿ ಇದೇ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. when the force experienced by the unit positive charge or the positive charge is maximum, see here when theta is equal to 90 degree, ಥೀಟಾಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. the sin 90 will be 1. therefore the equation f is equal to qvb. what about this force is known to be? this force is considered to be, or this force is taken to be maximum force, the maximum force experienced by the positive charge. is it clear? theta is equal to 90 degree ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? if theta is equal to 0 degree, what does the meaning of theta is equal to 90 degree? which means ನೋಡಿ theta is equal to 90 degree ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ the velocity component. See here, the velocity component is perpendicular to the magnetic field component. Is it clear? The velocity component is perpendicular to the magnetic field component. Then the force experienced by the positive charge in case of the magnetic field is maximum. Therefore, that equation will be Fm is equal to QEB. Very important question also for the 3-mark question. ಹೇಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆ, ವೆನ್ theta is equal to 0 degree, ಸೇಮ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಗೆ theta is equal to 0 degree ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Therefore Fm is equal to QVB, sin 0 will be 0. Therefore what is the force experienced by the unit positive charge in an uniform magnetic field is 0. Therefore what about this condition will be, this condition is taken as minimum. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Therefore the very important 3-mark question, write the expression for magnetic force on a moving charge when it is maximum. When it is maximum, when the velocity component is perpendicular to the magnetic field component, that term you have to write, a term ಅನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಬರಿಬೇಕು, theta is equal to 90 degree, then the magnetic force will be maximum. What is that equation? F is equal to QVB. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Yes, when it is minimum, theta is equal to 0 degree. When theta is equal to 0 degree, according to the diagram ನೋಡಿ, theta ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವಾಗ 0 ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, the same charge that is known to be a plus Q is moving parallel to the magnetic field. When it is maximum, the charge plus Q is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, the force is maximum. The same charge plus Q is moving parallel to the magnetic field. ಈ V vectors ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಏನು ಬರೀತೇನೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ magnetic field directions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೇನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. What about the angle between the two component? The angle between the two component is equal to 0 ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಎರಡು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Therefore theta is equal to 0 degree, the magnetic force experienced by the positive charge is equal to 0 and that force will be minimum. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Therefore the very important 3-mark question, ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೂ ಸಹ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. What is the magnetic, write the expression for magnetic force on a moving charge when it is maximum and when it is minimum. These two are the condition for a 2-mark question. Equation ಬರೆದದಕ್ಕೆ 1 mark, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎರಡು ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಬರ್ತದಕ್ಕೆ 2 mark, ಟೋಟಲ್ 3-mark question. As the continuation, see here, where theta is the angle between the direction of V vector, where theta is the angle between direction of V vector, which means the velocity component and the magnetic field component, that you know as the term we are taken. See here, according to the equation we are written by one term. What is that term? F is equal to B ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? F is equal to B ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಉಳಿದಿರುವಂಥ ಟರ್ಮ್ಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ Q is equal to plus 1 coulomb. F is equal to B ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ, when the term F is equal to B means if Q is equal to 1 coulomb, then velocity V is equal to 1 meter per second. That is known to be a unit quantities. That is known to be a unit charge is moving with a unit velocity. Therefore V is equal to 1 meter per second. The one more term sin ಸಹ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನಮಗೆ F is equal to B ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟರ್ಮ್ಗಳು ಸಹ 1 ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ Q is equal to 1 coulomb according to their unit coulomb. Then velocity is equal to 1 meter per second and theta is equal to ಯಾವಾಗ 1 ಆಗ್ತದೆ sin function, theta is equal to 90 degree. That term we are written here. See here, we have F is equal to B. ಯಾಕೆ ಬರೆದಿರಬಹುದು? We have F is equal to B. If Q is equal to 1 coulomb, V is equal to 1 meter per second and theta is equal to 90 degree, then F is equal to B. By using this equation, we are defined by the term is called as a magnetic field. Last class ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. The space surrounded by the current carrying conductor, the space surrounded by the current carrying conductor is called as a magnetic field. That is the basic definition. According to this equation we are defined by the term is called as a magnetic field. Therefore ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, magnetic field B vector at a point is defined as the force acting on a unit positive charge. Magnetic field B vector, magnetic field B vector at a point is defined as force. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, magnetic field B vector at a point is defined as a force acting on a unit positive charge. Force acting on unit positive charge is moving with the unit velocity, that will be 1 meter per second in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic field. Theta is equal to 90 degree. These are the definitions of magnetic field according to the concept of magnetic force on a moving charge. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡಿಗೆ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ನ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ is based on the concept of magnetic force on a moving charge alwa. Yes, therefore what is the definition? Magnetic field B vector at a point is defined as the force acting on a unit positive charge is moving with unit velocity perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Is it clear? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? therefore the 1 mark question, what is magnetic field, ನೀವು ಜನರಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಹ ಬರೀಬಹುದು, ಇದನ್ನು ಸಹ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ದ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಸರಿಯಾ? as the continuation, the SI unit of magnetic field B vector is Tesla, that we studied in the last class. When magnetic field B is equal to n1 Tesla, according to this equation, see here, ನಾನು equation ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು, what is the equation we have taken? F is equal to QVB sin theta is the equation, alva? In that, what is the term B refers to the magnetic field. If B is equal to 1 Tesla, B ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು 1 Tesla ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ what must be the force will be, what must be the charge will be, what is the velocity? Yes, B is equal to 1 Tesla if under the condition if Q is equal to 1 coulomb, velocity is equal to 1 meter per second, theta is equal to 90 degree, then it experience a force of F is equal to 1 Newton. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿ ಟರ್ಮಿಗೆ ಸಹ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಾಯಿತು, ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರ್ದಾಗಾಯಿತು. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ F is equal to QVB sin theta, in that magnetic field at a point B is said to be 1 Tesla. Under the condition is that if Q is equal to 1 coulomb, Q ಗೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, velocity is equal to 1 meter per second, V ಗೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, and theta is equal to 90 degree. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? therefore the SI unit of magnetic field B vector is Tesla under the condition. ಸೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅದೇನೇ ಬರ್ದಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. if Q is equal to 1 coulomb, V is equal to 1 meter per second, theta is equal to 90 degree, then it experience a force of 1 Newton. Based on this, we are defined by the term is known to be Tesla. Very important one more question. Define SI unit of magnetic field. just Tesla ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿಟ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ರೀಸನ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ define the SI unit of magnetic field. The SI unit of magnetic field is Tesla. Therefore, the magnetic field at a point is said to be 1 Tesla if positive charge is moving with the velocity of 1 meter per second in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic field, then it experience a force of 1 Newton. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡೆ ನೀವು ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಟರ್ಮ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀವೇ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ 1 Tesla, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ಟರ್ಮ್, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ 1 Tesla if the charge of 1 coulomb is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second in a direction perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, theta is equal to 90 degree means, then it experience a force of 1 Newton. Is it clear? 1 mark, very important question. What is the question? Define SI unit of magnetic field. What is the SI unit of magnetic field? Tesla. Therefore, the magnetic field is said to be 1 Tesla is according to the definition. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. The magnetic field at a point is 1 Tesla if a positive charge of 1 coulomb moving at right angles to the magnetic field with the unit velocity, that is 1 meter per second, experience a force of 1 Newton. ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಟ್. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೇನೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ದ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ F is equal to QVB sin theta. According to the equation of F is equal to QVB sin theta, we have to write the dimensional formula for the magnetic field. That is the reason why we have to rearrange the equation. Now magnetic field ಗೆ equation ಅನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ dimension formulaವನ್ನು ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರುವಂತ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಂದಾಗಿ equation ಅನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ rearrange ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. Therefore, according to this equation, what is B is equal to? Yes, B is equal to F divided by QV sin theta. What is F? Is the magnetic force. Therefore, what is the dimensional formula for the force will be m to the power 1, L to the power 1, T to the power minus 2 divided by S. What is Q? Q is known to be a charge. According to the concept of electric current, we are defined or we are written by the equation I is equal to Q by T. Alva? According to the concept of electric current, we are done by the term is known as I is equal to Q by T. Therefore, what about Q is equal to I into T. ಬರಿಬಹುದು ಹೇಗೆ? the SI unit of electric current is ampere. itself is the dimensional formula. ಆಂಪಿಯರ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? what is the dimensional formula for the current will be A. what is the dimensional formula for the time will be T. Therefore, what is the dimensional formula for the Q will be, that will be AT. Is it clear? See here. Therefore, force will be m to the power 1, L to the power 1, T to the power minus 2, and the charge will be a to the power 1, T to the power 1. Then the velocity will be L to the power 1, T to the power minus 1. Sin theta is a trigonometric function. Therefore, the trigonometric function does not have any dimensional formula. Trigonometric function ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಇಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ. m to the power 1, L to the power 1, L to the power 1 gets cancelled. 1 by a to the power 1 that are bring to the numerator. Numerator ತರುವಾಗ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ a to the power minus 1. Then t to the power minus 1 that are bring to the numerator, that will be plus 1. Therefore, that will be t to the power minus 1. This is the dimensional formula for the magnetic field. Is it clear? Yes. The next very important concept, that is the Lorentz force. According to the Lorentz, the force experienced by the positive charge. According to the Lorentz, according to the scientist name, that the concept of Lorentz, the force experienced by the positive charge in case of both electric field and magnetic field is given by F vector is equal to Q into E vector plus Q into V vector cross B vector. ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ unit positive charge in case of magnetic field, that will be q times of v vector cross b vector. ಈ equation ನೀವು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. The force experienced by the unit positive charge in case of electric field is given by F is equal to qv. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ or consider a positive charge is moving with an unit velocity in case of both electric field and magnetic field. That is the reason why we are written by the term F vector is equal to Q E vector is because of electric field plus Q times of V vector cross B vector is because of magnetic field. Therefore, F vector is equal to Q is common, that is taken as an outside. Q ಅನ್ನು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ, E vector plus V vector cross B vector. Therefore, this force is called as, what about this force is called as? This force is called as a Lorentz force. The very important one mark or in a 2 mark question, write the expression for Lorentz force. Hence, explain the terms. What is the expression for Lorentz force? F vector is equal to Q times of E vector plus V vector cross B vector. F vector is equal to the force. Bari magnetic force alla illi Fm anta barilla nodi. Bari magnetic force alla. Force is due to the both electric field and magnetic field. That is the reason why we are done by the general term is known as F vector. Q is the charge, is a scalar. E is the electric field. V be the velocity of the charge. B is the magnetic field. Is it clear? Therefore, the very important question, write the expression for Lorentz force. Hence, explain the term for a 2 mark question. The last one, the definition of Lorentz force for a 1 mark question. Model paper ಅಲ್ಲಿ question ಅನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Define a Lorentz force in case of magnetism ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Yes, what is the definition? The force experienced by the moving charge. See here, ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ F ಇದೆಯಾ ನೋಡಿ. The force experienced by the moving charge. The force experienced by the moving charge in case of both electric field and magnetic field. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದೇವೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ. ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸಿಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ದಟ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ವೈ ದ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೋತ್ electric field and magnetic field. Yes, what about that force is called as Lorentz force. Is it clear? Yes, the very important concept, magnetic force on a moving charge and Lorentz force. 2 or 3 mark question. ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಅಥವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಸಹ ನೋಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸರಿಯಾ? ಎಸ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.